Today we are with Notklyde, a Canadian musician, and this is a late night studio sesh.
Son of my father, shun by the pacifist, get some by this pastor's fist. Live at the altar, folded by recklessness, get right just listening to this. Is it right? This isn't made up, make your mind up, I'm just trying to live like Christ did. You and the
Okay, so first question. So how did you get started with music?
My first real interaction with it, I had a PSP when I was younger, and I would download Ye instrumentals and Eminem instrumentals, and I would write raps to it in my bed. Yeah, that's the earliest memory I have.
So I know you're in Canada. How is Canada different from America for the music industry?
I feel in America, there's so many different pockets of places that music is going crazy. It's Atlanta, LA, but in Canada, it's only Toronto because of Drake.
Of Drake.
it's almost if you're not in Toronto and you're doing music, you'll be struggling.
No way.
In Canada, yeah, because it's there's no real scene like that anywhere else.
So you're in Toronto?
No, I'm from the other side of the coast.
So how are you making it work?
I don't know, honestly. I just met friends and connections that were all in the States. So I don't even do any shows up here. I'm from Vancouver. Really? But I'm sent down to the States all the time to do shows. In the summer, it's twice a month, 3 times a month.
Oh, wow.
But not here in Vancouver. That's just how it is. I feel we don't really have the the infrastructure for music.
Well, I feel because if there's not a lot of artists there, wouldn't you think that the people making music would be known?
Yeah, that's true. I feel the culture just doesn't have a palette for it. Everything here is pretty much whatever is going on in America. That's our pop culture.
You know, so there's no culture for you guys. It's just America, and you guys are taking it.
We have Drake. We had Justin Bieber.
Okay.
I think Celine Dion. I think.
I think there is some, but they all came here now.
Yeah. So.
But they're from there, I guess. Yeah.
Kind of the same pop culture.
Who or what inspired you for your flow of your music? Because honestly, when we were listening to it, I kind of get a ski mask, ski mask?
That's
that.
What people have said.
That type of vibe.
Honestly, I don't know. People have said, ski mask for some songs. Because I could be biased too with what I think I sound like. But when I ask people that listen to me, other than that, they're I don't really know. You're kind of just different.
Your own flow.
Your own sound, your own flow.
Cool, yeah.
So what do you think, apart from ski mask?
I mean, like you said, there's something unique, so it's you, right? It's your own twist mixed with kind of that what is it called? The 808 grungy kind of. But I feel you also have very positive lyrics. That's actually a funny story. That's how we found your music was I told you, we were at this volunteering church event, literally, and they played your song, Journey Church. You know that church or?
Journey Church?
No? I wonder how they found your. That's crazy. Cause that's in Palm Beach, Florida. All the way over here. Yeah. So you kind of put a Christian twist on your music? Are you Christian?
I'm a Christian. I'm actually a pastor.
You're a pastor? What?
Yeah.
You should have started the interview with that.
My biggest thing is really helping people realize who God is so different from what people may have grown up to see who God is. Who Jesus is so different from what people have grown up to think Jesus was. Especially if you were in a super legalistic home where, when I was growing up, it was all about the rules and stuff. And so a big part of what I want to do is I want to let people know man, it's not about rules, Jesus didn't come to make rules for everyone how to live. He came to have a relationship with us. That's my biggest thing. So I incorporate that into music where you can look like me and love God, and not just love God. I got tats on my hands, and I'm a pastor, a full-time pastor.
Wait, hold up. Full-time pastor? How does that work? Do they judge you for your music or making music or maybe the way you dress or?
My church is super supportive. My elders, the people that I'm employed under, they're super supportive with the music. They kind of see it as an extension of what the church is trying to do.
Yeah.
Which is represent Christ in a real, authentic way to people.
Yeah.
Where it's not I'm not here to tell you everything that's wrong about you. Mm-hmm. I'm here to tell you that in spite of everything that could be messed up, we're all messed up, but there is someone that loves you unconditionally. Yeah. That's my big thing. So they're super supportive when I have shows. I had like three shows in the span of 3 weeks, all in the States, 3 different cities. And I just like let him know like, hey, I have a show. They play my song sometimes against my will during the services. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So how did you become a pastor?
It was like my senior year of high school. I like felt a strong calling to go to Bible college. I was ready to tell my dad like, oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna do this thing. Dad, I'm gonna go to Bible school after I graduate. And he was like, oh, okay. Nah, let's not do that for now. Let's do something else. I was like, it makes no sense because he's the lead pastor of our church.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah, he's the lead pastor. And I'm like telling him I want to, go to Bible college. And he's like, no. So I went to something else. I did like kinesiology, physical therapy for sports science. He just wanted to make sure that it was a genuine thing that I wanted to do. And he wanted to make sure I wasn't being forced to do it or pressured to do it or like wasn't trying to take the easy road and not, do something else. After 2 years of that, he's like, hey, if you want to do this, spread your wings, jump in, don't look back, be passionate for it. And
so when you said you had like a calling, what was like that? Like it was just a feeling to want to be a pastor? Or?
I've been like volunteering a lot at the church. I was like the worship director. So I was in charge of like all the music there every Sunday and like helping out with the youth. And I had like such a passion for just like letting these kids know that there's like an alternative to like a lot of the dark things that they were exposed to.
And that's kind of why like you caught my attention in a way. I'm like, this guy's gonna blow up because in the music industry, there's a lot of darkness. People say, oh, like he sold his soul type thing, like that demonic type thing. Illuminati, all that stuff. And you're like doing that type of music. So you'll bring in that crowd, but also spread positivity and God and whatnot. Props to you for that, because I haven't really seen many people be doing that, so like that's
Thank you.
awesome.
I appreciate that.
So what does your creative process look like when you're like making a song? Like how do you write your music? How do you get in the zone?
Usually I'll be like working with my friends, they're producers. Either they'll send me a beat and I'll just be sitting in the studio and just writing to it, and I will like record and stuff, write and record, or I would have an idea and just really having fun. Honestly, I don't really think about it too much.
Okay, so
just
it
really
comes natural. Okay. And what do you think is the worst part of the music industry?
I think is the comparison. But I think that's with every industry, like if you're creative, if you run socials like you do, like comparison is the worst part, I think, of any creative thing, because you're like comparing yourself or your work to other people and like other brands or whatever, and you're like, damn, you feel a way about yourself because of what they're doing or they're popping off or whatever. Is just not fun. Or you just get so prideful about yourself, like, nah, like I'm killing it, and like they suck, So I think out of everything, that's probably the worst part of the music industry. It's like hella people, online saying, oh, I'm so slept on, like, oh, if only I had the viewers they had, if only I had the listeners, I'm like, man, you just focus on yourself.
Okay. And what's been like a highlight in your career, you would say?
For the Super Bowl, they did something called like the gospel presentation, where it's like in the middle of it, it was like some gospel artists and whatever. And it was hosted by Young Fly. Like it was super dope. And I was on a cypher that was in that part of the Super Bowl.
What made you realize you want to make music your like career?
I realized I had to make music my career when music was starting to open more doors to me than I ever thought I would have, like opportunities to go different places, meet different people, and just be a good leg of income for myself. I had to kind of take it more than just a hobby. It was a hobby up until maybe 2 years ago, when it really started popping off and like slowly growing more than I thought it would. That's when I was like, okay, I gotta take this a little bit more seriously.
And are you signed or are you independent?
Independent.
Are you trying to stay independent?
Oh, 100%. How music looks now, like you can be independent, you could be killing it. Like it have to be a really good deal for me to sign, but as for now, he's independent.
And what do you think is the best part of the come up stage?
I think it's just discovering yourself, who you are, what your sound is, what you like, who you want to be seen as. And I have a lot of friends that are coming up, and I always tell this to them. I tell them, don't focus on the top of the mountain, because you're going to forget that there's things along the way that you got to be, learning, that you got to be discovering. Focus on like the steps you're taking right in front of you, because top of the mountain, you're going to get there if you just focus on the next step that's right in front of you. You try getting to the top without like fixing yourself and like building who you are, you're gonna get to the top and you're just as frail as you were when you started the journey.
Exactly. If music wasn't your career, what would it be?
Honestly, I think I'd be a realtor.
What? Really?
Yeah, low key, because realtors make bank out here in Vancouver. Like
Really?
the market's crazy. Yes, the market is crazy. Like houses are like dumb and like expensive here. And like realtors
How's
make
rent?
bank.
How's like rent there and stuff? Is it really overpriced?
Rent I feel is like the same. So I mean for a 1-bedroom here, like in the middle of the city, it'd be probably like $2,000-ish. How's that? Like
That's
it's like
cheap compared
cheap
to
for-
Miami.
I feel like rent is more there, but like buying homes is cheaper there.
So what does like a typical day look like for you?
I wake up, kiss my wife, eat some cereal. I've been going to the gym recently, come back. Usually the afternoon is when I really get to work, writing a sermon or working on music, getting my assistant to let me know whatever I have to do just for today.
So how you said you had some shows like recently. How were those shows?
I had a show. Well, it was a listening party in Atlanta. Me and my friends made a new collective, a new rap group called Heaven on Earth. 12 dudes.
I saw
7
like a
artists.
video. I reposted it.
Yeah.
That video. Okay, so that all those guys are in the group?
Yeah, Heaven on Earth, and we just came out with our debut album.
I love that. Heaven on Earth.
Album. Crazy, honestly, it's like some of the best work I think.
So what's next for you guys?
We have a couple more music videos, just applying pressure. It's crazy that the official day that we came together was the official day that Brockhampton split up.
What? So it's like that died and you came alive.
Yeah, we laugh about it like, oh, this must mean something, but it's just whatever.
It might mean something.
Who knows, maybe.
If you had any advice for other artists trying to make it, what would it be?
Stop trying to focus on how wide you can get and focus on how deep you can get. What I mean by that is like, stop trying to focus on how many people listen to the music, how many people know about you. Think about how much you can like hone in on your craft, polish your skills, be excellent in everything you do, and the art will speak for itself.
I feel like a lot of like upcoming artists really are so worried about the views that, and even a lot of talented people too, they make amazing songs and then they are scared to release it. So tell us about your merch. I saw you have, it's called, what is it called? Kizzy?
Hello Kizzy.
Hello Kizzy. Oh, like Hello Kitty?
Like Hello Kitty, yeah.
Okay, so is that how it's inspired by?
Kind of inspired by that. I like have this like thing in my music. I say like my name's NK and the NK is for no Kizzy, but it's not. It's for Notklyde. Hello Kizzy. We sell jewelry like this.
Yeah.
This is Hello Kizzy.
Like little cartoons. So did you design those?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, me and my buddy, we designed them, and then I just started putting them on everything, like the beanies.
Yeah, those are cute. So how's that going? How's the merch going?
Really good. Like everything's gone. Like everything's sold out. Just cause like I sell them online and then I sell them at the shows too. So I'm dropping a belt soon. Here,
Is it gonna have like a
belt.
pendant or something?
So this is the belt that we're dropping.
What? Oh, that's gonna. Come on. That's
Yeah,
gonna
with
be
the
so
rhinestone.
good. What?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
The
You
next
need to
thing.
make like a show off those little characters or something like that.
I know, Nickelodeon, get at me.
Right? So what is your goal in the music industry?
My goal is really to help build a culture that reminds people of how they're valued and how they have like self-worth, and that there's an alternative to a lot of the messed up things that happen in this world. My ultimate goal is to just drop one project a year and have all my other businesses run themselves, and I'm just chilling somewhere on the beach with my wife
Yes.
and a pina colada in my hand. That's it.
How did you get your name out there and build this kind of cult following?
I went on SoundCloud. I would look for beats that were posted within the hour, and I would message them and I'd be like, yo, I want to use this beat. And no one knew who I was, but I was thinking, if this person knows who I am and they're they have no following, nothing like that, they're telling their friends, yo, I got an artist to be on my beat.
Yeah.
So they're just as excited as I am. And so maybe people don't know me, but like one person plus 5 of his friends, and he knows me and he's from Ohio.
Yeah.
Some random.
Yeah.
And just doing that and making those connections, I say a lot, stop trying to fight for, a seat at the tables that have already been made. Make your own table. You decide.
Last thing, what is the best song you've made in your opinion?
Dang, the best song I've made in my opinion is on the Heaven on Earth album called Free My Spirit. Me and my friends, we just kind of talk about some of the huge stumbling blocks coming up, things that we dealt with, that God saw us through. And so it's just this song of really like persevering through a lot of trials and persevering through a lot of tough things to get to the other end, and seeing the other end is much more than you could have ever imagined while you were going through the things you were going through. So it's like a super dope vibe.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was great talking to you, and I wish you the best for everything, and I'm gonna keep listening. I always post, I always listen. We love your music.
Yes, so thank you so much for supporting.
Of course, thank you.